In the Room tab in the Report section, the time of updating the reports in the rooms, if any changes happen, it indicates in the Report Refresh Interval field. For example, the best information is checked every 5 seconds, and if there is any change, the report is updated. In this section, by clicking on the Setting button, a new window named Report Setting is opened. In Item Type, the default setting can be specified to get the report from a specific room or screen. The elements that can be added to the report by the user are located in the Report Settings section of this window. By checking the main option, the user can add all the subsets to their output report. If the user chooses only some of the subsets of the main option, the square sign next to the main option will be displayed as a half-filled square. In the column next to the Report Settings section, the user can select HTML or PDF as the format of the report preview. By clicking on the Advanced, the screen is displayed more extensively, and more settings can be applied to the report. By checking each of these categories, their subcategory is opened and the needed setting can be applied. At the top of this screen, there are options which are used for saving the applied settings and using them again later. For instance, if sequencer is selected in the item type, and some specific settings are set as default and confirmed. After going to entering the sequencer room, selecting the Report View option from View menu and reviewing the Report Settings section, it is observed that the same settings are set as default for this section. In the Extra Tools section, the user is allowed to click on the Report Generator button and get a report on the saved test files without needing to open them. After clicking on this button, a screen called PDF Report Creator opens. On this screen, the user can select their test files to get a report by clicking on the Select Input Files button. For example, the first 2 files are selected. The user can also, by clicking on the Select Input folder, select a folder including several test files and insert them into the Files section. For example, the folder named Example is selected. By clicking on the Clear button, the inserted files for getting a report can be removed. By selecting the Open folder after creating PDF option in the Other Settings section, the folder where the files is saved will be displayed right after the report is made. In the Output section, by selecting the Save Report in File Directory option, the report files can be saved at the same directory as where the files are imported from. If the Save All Report to Selected Directory option is selected, the user can select a specific directory and save all the reports in that directory. There are 2 options available in the Overwrite File section. In order to clarify this issue with an example, a file is imported for getting a report. By selecting the Bypass Existing PDFs option, if there already exists a report on a file in the selected directory, the software does not make another report on that file. The appearance of this screen is due to the prior selection of the Open folder after creating PDF option, which can be disabled. By selecting the Overview Existing PDFs, the new report replaces the previous one. In the Report Settings section, by selecting the Local Report Setting from File option, it is specified that for making the reports, the setting from the loaded files should be used. By selecting the Load Report Setting from Template option, the settings which are saved in the template file will be used for making the reports. In the Device Settings section, by selecting the Load Device Setting from File option, it is specified that for making the reports, the device setting from the loaded files will be used. While in the same section, by selecting the Load Device setting from the Template section, the settings which are saved in the template file will be used for making the reports. By selecting the Include Test Object Active Test option in the Report setting of Instrument section, if a report is made on the Instrument File section, the information existing in the Test Object tab will be included in the report under any circumstances. By clicking on the Remove Signature button in the Extra Tools section on the Preferences screen, a new screen named Remove Signature from Report appears, in which the user can remove the existing signatures from the reports on their desired files. On this screen, by clicking on the Select Input Files button, the user selects their files for removing the signature. By clicking on the Select Input Folder button, the user can select a folder containing several report files and import all the files into this list altogether. After the report's files have been added to the list, by clicking on the Modify button, the existing signatures in the report will be deleted, along with the framework around the reports, as well as the added names to the signature.